So let's start about clinical ethics in Ayurveda. So why ethics are required? Let me clarify about that. As healthcare is a service or service is to be hired or to be availed by the consumer. So here consumer is a patient. Consumer is a having right like right to be protected by hazardous service, right to be informed by the quality, quantity, purity and standard of the service, price of the service, right to consume, right to the consumer for the awareness. So for this ethical responsibilities, these are added like under Consumer Protection Act. And who is the doctor and what are the duties of the doctor? Doctor's duty to the sick, doctor's duty to the another doctor, doctor's duty in general. What are the duties of the doctor? So here doctor's duties to the sick is to preserve human's life and to avoid absolute secrecy. Doctor should have professional conduct. He should not practice cross medicine. He should serve the humanity. He should maintain the good practice. He should maintain all the medical records. He should display his certificate of registration, registration number and all other certificates related to healthcare system. And he should have duty as a good citizen, and also he should help the public, and he should also help to promote the community health, and he should follow drugs and cosmetic act while he is giving the drugs and cosmetics. And how he should be with another doctor? He should be friendly with the doctor, and he should behave good with the doctor, and he should know about the oaths like Hippocrates Oath, Declaration of Geneva, which has been added as the ethics developed in the law. And he should avoid all the unethical acts like advertising, patient copyright, running a shop, running a secret remedies, human right violation, sex determination tests, euthanasia, and also he should avoid press article or other things which are intervene as lay press articles are to be avoided. So to avoid this and also to consider the patient's law, these ethics are to be followed. So now we start about the ethics. What do you mean by ethics and all? Ethics is derived from the word ethnos, which means conduct, custom, or the rules and regulations to be followed. Medical ethics is the branch of ethics that deals with the moral issues in the medical practice. And the awareness of the ethics helps health professionals to recognize difficult conditions and to deal with them in a proper way. The main aim of the study of the ethics given in the classics of Ayurveda as well as in conventional medicine. There are 4 basic principles of bioethics, namely autonomy, beneficency, non-maleficency and justice, which are known as 4 principles. And again, Ayurveda has given ethical code of conduct elaborately and very clearly, which are defined in classical Ayurveda as Sadhruta, Chatushpada, Yogya, Vaidyavrutti, Achara Rasayana, Nidana Parivarjana and Pathya Apathya. So originally Ayurveda has advocated an ethical code of conduct, and it was observed as in these concepts. And again, as ethics are having 4 principles, in the same way Ayurveda has explained Chikitsa Chatushpada mainly. Chikitsa Chatushpada included Bhishak, Upastha, Rogi and Dravya. Among these 4 basic factors of Chikitsa Chatushpada, Vaidya is considered as Shrestha. According to Charaka, again, these 4 Chatushpadas are 4 principles to form the good treatment or good ethical treatment. Again, those are having 4 qualities. So totally these 16 qualities will be helpful to promote the health of a patient. So what are the 4 qualities of Vaidya? Charaka has given Shastra, Drushtakarma, Daksha, Shuchi. Shastra means he should have complete theoretical knowledge. Drushtakarma means he should have complete practical knowledge. Daksha means he should be alert. Shuchi means he should be pure of mind and body. Even he has given Paricharaka 4 gunas as Buddhiman, Daksha, Anurakta and Shuchi. Buddhiman means intelligent. Daksha means alert. Anurakta means he should be affectionate towards the patient. Shuchi means he should also be pure. And again, even importance has been given even to the Rogi in the Ayurveda, as he should have the qualities like Gnapaka, Bhishagavashya, Sattvavan, and he should be fearless or courage. Gnapaka means he should have good memory. Bhishagavashya means he should be obedient to the doctor. Sattvavan, he should have good strength. Fearless or courage. These are the 4 qualities of Rogi. And again, what about the ethics, or what about the qualities of the drug while giving to the patient? The drug should be Bahuta, Yogyata, Aneka Vidhi Kalpana, Sampad. Bahuta means it should be abundant, it should be effective. Yogyata, Aneka Vidhi Kalpana means it should be formed into multiple formulations. Sampad means it should be rich in potency. So these are the clear ideas about the ethics related to the medical professions. The medical ethics are described in Ayurveda not only related to the Chikitsa Chatushpada, it even related to the even starts from the training. Let me explain about that. In Ayurveda, it will start from the methods of teaching, training, duties, responsibilities, privilege, code of conduct and social status of the physician, like how the student will be, like it should be instructed by the teacher in the presence of wise person. He should be live with celibacy. The student should live with celibacy. He should be pure and intellectual. He should not eat the things which promote the intellectual. He should not be jealous, and he should always surrender to the Guru. Here Guru Shishya Parampara has been given importance in Ayurveda. If you respect your Guru, then only you will be attaining good ethical medical profession. And again, he should live with the teacher as a son, servant and suppliant. He should first make effort as far as possible to collect all possible things from the Guru. So main importance is given to Guru Shishya Parampara. And when he entered the Vaidya profession, he should make all the effort to provide health to a patient by all means, and he should dress properly, he should dress modest, and he should not think ill about the patient. He should always keep place and time in a mind with good remembrance, and he should speak smooth, pure, righteous, blissful, thankful and truthful, and he should be he should not approach woman or lady patient directly without anyone with him, and he should not take any gift from a woman patient without his guardian. So these are the some good qualities if the person who entered the profession. And again, he should not boast himself. And all the other qualities of Vaidyas has been explained as Prana Abhisara Vaidya. A person who protects the prana is considered as Prana Abhisara Vaidya. Charaka has explained like Prana Abhisara Vaidya, Roga Abhisara Vaidya, Chadmachara Vaidya and Apujita Vaidya, Raja Vaidya. All those things will be given to a Vaidya, as Vaidya is considered as Shrestha, and all the qualities of Vaidyas has been explained here. The person who is having complete theoretical and practical knowledge is considered as Prana Abhisara Vaidya. In Charaka Sutrasthana 29th chapter, 38 to 39 question has been asked to Atreya about all the drugs and all the medicines which are to be prepared, and all the Pathya Kalpanas, and about the all the natures of the disease, and also various actions of the doshas etc., which has been explained by Atreya. He should know about these all questions and answers, and also by the yukti, through the yojana, through Yuktishcha Yojana, through permutation and combination, he should treat the disease properly. He should have proper knowledge about the Nidana, he should have proper knowledge about the Samprapti, and he should have proper knowledge about the Samprapti Vigatana. Then only he will protect the life of a patient, and he should be helpful to treat the disease. Then only he will be considered as Prana Abhisara Vaidya. Apart from these, Vaidya qualities or good qualities of Vaidya has been explained like Shruto Paryavadatvam, Bahusha Trushta Karmata, Dakshyam, Shaucham, Vidya Vitarka Vijnanam, Smruti Tatprata Kriya. All these 6 qualities of Vaidya will be considered as good qualities of Vaidya. Not only Charaka, even Sushruta has added the qualities like Shaurya, Ashu Kriya, Sashastra Kriya, Asveda, Avepathu, Asamoha. As Sushruta is a person who has explained about the surgery, so he has given these qualities like absence of perspiration, absence of trembling, and he should have the knowledge, complete knowledge about using the instruments. All those things are explained even by the Charaka, Sushruta, and by all other acharyas. Not only that, to be perfect in a practice, even Acharya Sushruta described Yogya Vidhi in Yogya Sutriya Adhyaya to make a student competent. There are many examples of Yogya Vidhi described in Sushruta as excision, that is Chedana in pumpkin, cucumber, Vyadhana in the veins of dead animal, bandaging on mannequins. And Charaka has explained not only about the Chikitsa, he has even explained about the Nidana and Nidana Parivarjana, and he has even given Pathya and Apathya, and even the importance has been given to the exercise, how much exercise has to be done, which Pathya is to be taken, everything has been explained. And also Vapat and Vapats of the therapies are also has been explained, how these Vapats are to be avoided and what are the Arishta Lakshanas. If the patient is having Arishta Lakshana, whether he is to be treated or to be avoided, everything has been explained. To provide the justice to a patient, even Sadruta and Sadachara has been explained by all the acharyas. So hence Ayurveda has considered as pioneer in setting up basics of the ethics to be followed in the medicinal system. So what are the 4 principles of medical ethics, that is 4 pillars of medical ethics explained universally, or autonomy, beneficency, non-maleficency, and justice. Autonomy is respecting patient's right to make the decision by his own. Beneficency is acting in a way that benefit or promote the patient's health. Non-maleficency is avoiding harm to the patient. Justice is ensuring fair and equitable access to the healthcare and resources, and this helps to create work plan and treatment without conflict. Medical ethics has set boundaries since ancient times only, as Charaka has given his oath in 1000 BC. After that, Hippocrates and other oaths has been given, like Hippocrates' oath in 5th century BC, Declaration of Helsinki in 1964, and Declaration of Geneva, and then followed by Code of Medical Ethics, and also first legal recognition and registration of Indian system of medicine in 1938. And in 1953, Cochin Medical Practitioners Act has been given, and Indian Medicine and Central Council Act has been established in 1970, and afterwards NCISM has been formed, which regulates ethics and registration of Indian system of medicine. So all the rules and regulations are to be given by the NCISM, and also it has been given Charaka's oath, which has given in a slide. Go through that. Next is about the doctor-patient relationship, how the doctor and patient relationship should be to form a fundamental of the health and to form a good promoting health to a patient. So he should have shared beliefs, like both doctor and a patient should have similar fundamental beliefs about the health, wellness, and goal of the treatment. And doctor should have the ability to show empathy towards the patient, and he should be present, like he should hear, he should be heard and valued without distraction to the patient. Both doctor and the patient should have respect towards each other, and the patient trust and the doctor's medical expertise will be having good professional relationship. And the doctor should be confident, and he should be humble enough to a patient, and both should have good chemistry, both should develop good connection in between them, and doctor should be truthful about the patient condition, and both parties act with moral and ethical soundness. The patient trusts in the doctor to keep their personal and medical information private and essential. Both the doctor and patient can learn from each other. The doctor learn more about the patient's specific needs and patient about his health. And the practical consideration, the last one is affordability. That is the consideration as the cost of care can significantly impact on the patient's ability to access or to continue the treatment. So these are the 10 qualities which helpful to develop or to create more effective, supportive and trusting doctor-patient relationship. Next is to improve the patient's expectations and also to improve the experience by the family and the patient. Doctor should have good communication skills, and how the good communication skills will be developed, it depends upon three questions, that is how, when and what. How to communicate, when to communicate and what to communicate. First one is how to communicate, like non-verbal, focusing on person's body language, and this includes maintaining eye contact, not appeared hurried or reaching out. Verbal, that is addresses the spoken word, non-judgmental, open or honest, using humor when appropriate. And active listening is one of the thing, like about engaging with the patient, that is two-way dialogue is important. Physical location, that is the environment can impact the communication, depends on the information to be discussed, like option includes communicating at the bedside or while sitting down in a quiet area. Next, when to communicate, like frequent communication is required and timely communication is important, and communication should be started by the healthcare team rather than waiting for the patient to family, like waiting for the patient or family in a waiting room. Next, what to communicate, who who is and who will be involved, like clarifying who is one on the care team and their roles, and providing updates on patients conditions and test results, like progress and results are to be discussed with the patient. And preparing the discharge, that is discussing what needs to be happen before the patients can go home and what is to be followed after the discharge. So if these things are communicated properly, then the expectation of the patient can be improved, and also experience of the family and also patient can be improved properly. Next is what are the ethical issues which are handled in general in all the healthcare system. That is, first one is balancing care quality and efficiency, like this involves the challenge of providing best possible care to the patient while also managing resource and time effectively. For instance, a doctor must decide whether to spend extra time with a single patient, which could improve their care but might also lead to longer wait times for the other patient, which is a one ethical issue in a healthcare system. Allocating limited medication are tools to support. This addresses the difficult decision that arise when there is a shortage of necessary medical supplies, such as limited supply of life-saving drugs, etc. And addressing end of life issue. This involves complex decision around the patient's final days, including palliative care, resection care, and patient's right to refuse life-sustaining treatment. These issues require careful consideration of the patient's wish, the family's input, and doctor's ethical obligation. Addressing access to care. This refers to the ethical problem of ensuring that all the individuals have fair access to the medical service, regardless of their socio-economic status, geographic location, or insurance coverage. This includes question about equitable distribution of healthcare resources depending upon the insurance economic status, etc., which is also a one type of ethical issue which is faced in all the healthcare system, not only in Ayurveda or in other conventional system. Doctor-patient confidentiality. This is a cornerstone of the doctor-patient relationship and involves the ethical and legal duty to protect patients' private medical information. The dilemma arises when there is a conflict between maintaining confidentiality and other duties, such as protecting the public from harm, like allocating donor organs. that is a main ethical issue which is faced in healthcare system, like when this is a particular sensitive issue, as there are more people in need for the organ transplant, but there will be less organs to whom it can be given and to whom it can be prioritized, is a ethical issue which is faced in all the healthcare system. Now coming to the Ayurveda or Kaya Chikitsa, what are the ethical issues faced? Let's discuss about that. In Ayurveda, first one coming as regulation of practitioners, that is qualification, registration, licensing according to the state, according to the central registration, and renewal after the 5 years will be considered as ethical issue, and all the doctors of Ayurveda are facing that. And again, misleading information or documents or cross system practice is also one of the ethical issue faced by the Ayurveda. And again, regulation of the herbal medicine of safety and efficacy, like most of the herbal medicines and also most of the drugs are not studied properly according to the standards, which also gives ethical issue in Ayurveda. And again, some of the practice, some of the things like medical negligence which can cause harm to the patient, such as through the hospital authority, etc., also leads to the ethical issues. And unfair trade practice and advertising is also one of the issue, and also not explaining properly about the drug to drug interaction and avoiding to explain about the adverse drug reaction is one of the ethical issue, and not involving all the national health programs in Ayurveda, and not providing clinical medicines based on new evidences. So these are the all health challenges which are faced by the Ayurveda, and also should be improved properly. And again, other issues include like during the safety of well-being, like during diagnosis and treatment and monitoring, all the Ayurvedic principles has to be followed. And again, the diagnosis, to make the diagnosis, which investigation is to be done, how the investigation is to be done, why investigation is to be done, all those protocols can be developed, and then honestly it should be explained to the patient, and also it should be known by the doctor properly. And again, rather than holistic approach, as Ayurveda is patient centered approach, that is according to the Prakriti, different principles are to be adopted, each person should be having different treatment protocols which is to be explained and which is to be applied properly in Ayurveda. And again, in Vaidya Vritti, it has been given as it should be avoided untreatable, that is to be explained properly how it is to be avoided, how much is to be avoided, rather than avoiding, it is to be explained properly to a patient and to a patient family about the diseased condition. And again, all the high standards of Ayurveda like Sadruta, like personal conduct and professional conduct, is difficult to follow nowadays. Like in autonomy, it has been given as do not harm the patient, and even the consent of the patient is to be taken, is a difficult part which is to be followed in ethical issues of Ayurveda. Rather, the beneficiary and non-maleficency and justice can be followed properly, but autonomy, like taking consent of the patient and also explaining properly about the treatment principles and also adverse reactions, and then taking the authority and giving authority to a patient to be treatment to be taken, is a different ethical issue. Like the doctor will be having complete knowledge about the disease rather than the patient. So Vaidya has considered as Shrestha in Ayurveda rather than the patient. So again, it is a big issue which is to be faced in Ayurveda, and again it is to be explained properly to a patient to avoid this ethical issue. Not only these ethical issues, even many of the legal issues are faced by all the medical system. Like in medical practice, this occurs when a healthcare professional actions deviate from the accepted standard of the care and cause harm to a patient is also a legal issue. Like as I have told you, informed consent issue. This case arises when a patient alleges they did not receive proper information about the risk and benefits of a medical procedures before agreeing it. And again, wrongful death claim, like these are the lawsuits filed against a party whose negligence caused the person's death, often causes a legal issue. And again, hospital liability, this refers to the legal responsibility of a hospital has for the actions of its staff and for maintaining safe environment for the patient. Product liability is also one of the legal issue. This type case involves defective medical products or device which causes injury to a patient. And insurance dispute is also one of the major legal issue in Ayurveda. Like most of the treatment does not cover by the insurance, which leads to the coverage of the payment, and also giving more payment to a medical service, which leads to the disputes in between doctor and patient. Privacy violation, like most of the cases deal with unauthorized release or mishandling of the patient's private information, like violation of the laws which are included under the using of these electronic instruments, and also following the AI system. All those things can lead to the privacy violation. Those are to be standardized properly. And again, the employment disputes, this can involve legal issues related to the employment of healthcare professions, such as discrimination, wrongful termination. So these are all the things which are to be discussed properly, and it should be known properly by the doctor to avoid the legal issue. So these are the some concepts which are to be followed while starting the clinical practice. So before starting the clinical practice, we know about the clinical ethics, then only we should practice properly.